Needs more compressor. It's just slow.
But yeah, Josh, here's the. You can see you welded in. There's the seam of the weld. That's just like a couple hours one night, just coming over and just real quick. And then like the cab corner, and this is where the gas door was, right?
Yeah.
So the gas door was here.
Yep. Yeah, I took mine
Cab
off
corner.
too.
I
I like your exhaust through the through there. That's cool. That's how Donnie does his. What his is like chrome tip sticking.
You were building yours to keep though, right?
He was.
Was originally. It's gonna be sold now.
Okay.
But I do like this portion, right?
Yeah, you get some work in
He
that.
wants to make the bed pulled up. And then have like the gas strut that holds it up so you can see everything.
Yep.
Give you access to the battery and too.
Right.
Is that max ride height?
That's pretty close to ride height. That's so cool. How many PSI are in the bags? The rears are right about 30, and the fronts are around 90 when I'm driving. Like, that's how I just, so far I just go by pressure to get
Did
ride
you set
height.
that with presets then, where you want everything?
No, I'm not on this controller.
Okay.
I didn't spring for the super expensive controller.
Right.
Um,
Sweet
I
home
could.
light. It's not Alabama. It's light.
and it actually it rides really nice. Like people cuss about airbags and oh it doesn't ride or it's too stiff or what. The whole thing about it's no different than any other suspension. You got to figure your spring rate and the size of the bag. The diameter of the bag is actually where you get your spring rate from.
The only downfall you got is your dampening. You got your angle shocks at such a steep angle. Their damping effect is.
But they're racing shocks,
Yeah.
so they're really stiff out.
That crazy to think about this truck. How I spent all those years sitting next to that garage where Dale Foss's mom's garage forever.
Yeah. Then we went and drug it out that one day, brought it over to West Concord, to load it back in the same trailer and bring it back to Mike's place later.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm starting to think your whole trip was just to come see these old trucks.
You know,
You
this
saw
truck here,
Donnie's?
Josh, I've known since I was like 14
Wow.
years old. It was like the
I've
first
ridden in
time,
this truck.
maybe 13 years old was
Yeah.
the first time I seen this
Yeah, I
truck.
rode in this truck with Mike and Trevor.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, like you saw Donnie's truck, you saw my truck, you saw Mike's truck, all in the same trip.
True.
And I got the custom auto sound, Bluetooth.
Yep, that's cool.
I don't remember the dash speakers or kicker or rocker Fosgate, but then I've got some other ones to go behind the seat that I haven't put in yet.
Oh, you bought a new center section
Nope.
for your dash.
Nope.
That's the original?
I cleaned it all up,
Oh,
polished
wow.
it, painted
Looks
it.
really nice.
Yeah. And I'm probably gonna have carpet made for it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because.
So it fits better?
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't completely decided.
What headers are these, Mike?
I don't remember.
Are they
Amazon.
headers or?
Yeah. I think they're Headmans. I don't remember. They're just a Amazon one.
You made those A-arms and stuff for the front, right?
Yeah.
This is the wider.
And this, when it's aired up to ride height, like now, it'll turn lock to lock and nothing rubs. When it's aired down, you can only turn a little bit and they rub. But
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well then you just go all Carolina squat and make it around the corner.
yeah, yeah. Like when we,
Can you scrape the rear bumper in Carolina squat?
I don't know, probably.
Put some magnesium strips on the rear bumper there so you can do some dragging and sparks.
And I'll probably linseed oil it. There you go. When I get
Once it gets polished up, all that blending.
Or you could do Poppy's Patina. It's a wipe-on clear coat.
Oh, really?
Make sure when you have the rags.
But it's
don't
called
leave one back.
poppyspatina.com. They have a Facebook page. But it's a wipe-on clear coat. You just do it with the rag.
Yeah, the linseed oil rigs you don't want to leave in the back of your box and then go to sleep, right, Dad?
Right. Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, you want to make sure you dispose of it properly.
And I got pretty good fit everywhere.
Yeah, you do.
It's not
Yeah,
perfect, but
this
it's
is
pretty
pretty
good.
This is pretty common.
So, Josh had a trick that he learned from Donnie with the stock hood hit.
Yeah, yeah. You take the springs off and you grind out a section, and you can over center it and it'll hold.
And it'll
hood
lock
up.
in place, and you can support the entire hood with just one.
Without the springs.
Without
you
the
just
spring.
take the springs
Don't know
out.
if I
What's the advantage of it?
Well, like on yours is functioning correctly. Most of the time, people's aren't functioning correctly, and the spring won't hold the hood up.
Oh.
Or if they're having other issues with it shutting and it not closing right because of the springs, if you get worn hinges or whatever.
If you,
So
because I actually found and downloaded it, the original service manual has a procedure for adjusting the hood.
oh yeah, it
I've
does.
got that somewhere. I have it printed out
Yeah.
actually.
But the trouble is, you have to adjust the hood and then adjust the fenders and everything to the hood.
Pretty much,
You know?
yeah.
Like those headlights.
Yeah, I like those. They're just Amazon, but I spent the money and bought the LEDs here.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
I like the fact that the plates even patina. The collector plates are old already.
Where'd you get them?
They were on
They
the
were
truck.
on it.
Oh, that's right. They were.
Yeah.
And you just registered them to you
Yeah.
then.
And the gal at the DMV said that I was something to do with I was lucky because they usually don't transfer the collector plates with the vehicle.
I don't have a good angle of it, but where this part here, because you take that whole spring off, and then where this part is, you notch in a square, and it will go over center and lock in and support the entire hood. And all I do is just walk up, lift the hood a little, pop it out, set the hood down. Yeah, I had crappy springs on mine, so I'm just
Oh, sure.
5-second fix, boom. So.
And I had the brown truck headlights, but then I ended up going back to the original truck.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything I also had was the buckets, and they all were nice.
Right.
And if I wanted to put the brown truck ones in, the fenders are rusted out enough where I didn't have nothing to screw to.
Yeah, that's a problem.
And the grill is, I've wanted to find another slat for the bottom, but I replaced one of the slats. So this one, I think, because the white's a little different, but one of them I had was dented and cracked and broken. And then I just elbow greased and polished the rest of them up.
I like
they
it.
actually, my whole goal with the truck was like nice patina. You know,
Right.
I didn't want to throw a whole bunch of new shit on it, but even like the emblems are old original emblems. Right.
The door handles were new.
Yeah, door handles new, mirrors new. But a bright worker on the windows was all original.
It's better than the new stuff. The new
Really?
stuff bends too easy. Like when you're
These were.
trying to put them
This
together.
windshield was a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not fun to install.
No, but this right here, this made it a bitch.
Yeah.
Trying to get
You gotta
this
get it all
there
in the
right.
gasket before
should- we
you rope
should
it.
Trying
try
to get
to-
that all in there right and get it to stay
Get it
in.
to stay
that
in.
sucked.
Yeah, that's because all the new gaskets, everything, nothing fits the way it
We should
should.
try to
Yeah.
pinstripe.
I don't have the trims.
This?
No, I know.
Find an off-white, pinstripe it, and then beat it.
It's already got some right here.
I'm saying we should continue it across the doors. It's not on the doors.
And this
Yeah,
truck was a mixed match of stuff from a long time ago.
Right.
Like the fenders are not original to this truck.
No, they
Because
think they're GMC.
they have the other light. Yeah,
Yeah, they're GMC fenders.
And who knows how many years ago they were swapped out.
Right.
Right.
Or how many layers of paint. There's, it's at least 3 paint jobs that still match.
What year is yours?
47 is what the title says. Cab's actually, I think, a 49. I'm pretty confident in that because of the 47 wouldn't have had the gas tank behind the seat. And something to do with the bow and the cab, the headliner. That was the other thing that says it's a 49 cab originally.
Because mine had that with the 50.
Because there was, I forget what years were what, that did not have this metal strip. It was all one piece.
'Cause I think the 50s were the last solid window before they added the split windows, too.
Maybe.
The 51s
I
added
don't-
them.
Are you making YouTube yet or no?
Cool truck.
Yeah, I bought pies and
Quit streaming?
And I just kept the original latches. I just bought new ones.
Yep.
Yeah, they work.
How are all your stuff?
They're not perfect, but they work.
Supposed to know what you're up to.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
And then they, yeah.
I'm one.
Everything else, you know, is
Content coming
I
out.
painted the inside and I painted the firewall. Right? I want the inside to feel modern, feel nice and new.
Right. And that's the main thing people like this, is they want the outside to have that patina, but the inside to feel
Right.
nice and comfy.
Right. And I don't know, it's cheap. I stuck with the cardboard
Okay.
door pads and headliner, but
Yep.
actually fit and turned out pretty
Start
good.
doing
I gotta put some
product
trim
reviews.
around the edge here yet.
Okay.
Because where we originally had that windlass, you know?
Yep.
And I didn't like that, so I just got rid of it. But I need to put some kind of trim on the headliner.
To the store and buy random weird snacks and then we'll make videos and stuff. Try these today. He's hysterical.
It's so dumb, the little tiny subtle things that
Salt.
nobody notices. Like I centered the steering column to the gauges.
Right.
It's just like all these trucks, it's offset. It just
It is offset.
bugged me. And I centered it and I recessed it so it's recessed up in, so it's more, you know, you get more clearance to the seat.
Right.
Because I've seen so many of these trucks where the column's just bolted under the dash originally, and then you don't have any room with the more modern
Careful doing
seat.
parkour in
Right.
here. It's pretty. There's a lot of sharp stuff. But parkour is pretty sweet.
Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good in there. Really good.
Narrow. Sitting by pregnant me.
Yeah, I guess Mike took those pictures to me before. Sent them to me.
The seam right here, yep. Everything outside of that. This is new. This is new. All the way through. Everything right here from here, all the way through, everything's new. And then the front, these are replaced here. This is replaced all the way to here. And then you see the seam on the floor? Yep. Everything. Like, I have a picture of the cab when there's absolutely nothing in it, the whole thing.
You too, and mine.
Like, it's just dumb.
Oh, these things rot like
And
crazy.
I just bought the replacement panels, but I've got $1,000 just in the metal, replacement panel metal.
I believe it. That stuff adds up quick. Let's see. Here's my cab when I had it off and I started with it. So I rebuilt everything on it too. Same thing.
The worst things to fit are the cowl pieces, because none of the repop stuff fits together.
Right.
I did do a lot of metal work on that, and I'm not a metal guy.
See, that's kind of
Or
what
I shouldn't say that. I'm just not a body man.
Okay. Because yeah, I took like little square tubing and just started kind of drawing everything together and cutting sheet metal and just rebuilt it all back together. So I spent even more time after that fixing, but yeah, even like these, had to cut them out all the way under, and then I bought a shrinker instead of shrinking, bending metal, and built all that back in. And yep, yeah, I ended up reinforcing, did my cab corners. I had to replace the whole, this whole top section was completely rotted out.
Yeah, I didn't have to do anything on the top of the cab, but the bottom of the cab was gone.
Yeah. See, do I have another good inside picture? I think somewhere.
I actually lost a lot of pictures of this because I had all my photos on an external hard drive, even a bunch of work stuff, and the hard drive crashed.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is what it was like inside then after I get all that done. So,
Long time. She's been following the kids
yeah,
around all
mine
that.
has come significant long way. I think I had at the top what I started
Just in
with.
case you drop something.
Yeah, big old 3800 rust bucket. Yeah, shorten the box down, everything, and all the. I think all but
You
one.
shortened this box too, right?
Nope.
No.
Nope, I didn't have to touch it, other than welding the cracks.
No, he lengthened out the wheelbase on
Yeah.
this to match
Oh,
the truck.
okay.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. And
Oh,
I
this
had
was
this,
a short bed, a stock
yes.
short bed.
Yep.
and I had this mocked up at one point with the S10 frame, and I just didn't. For what I wanted to do, I just decided to cut the frame. So I just cut it and then built the back end. I actually drew my plans out on the garage floor, like full size, and like, okay, that's what we're building.
Well, you've built a lot of race car frames. And stuff,
Yeah.
haven't you? Have you seen the TT? Is that here?
No, I'm supposed to go get it today, but
That's a neat truck.
we could go get it. See if Fleetfoot's got his generally outside.
That'd be cool. Where is it at?
Goose Lake Park, just out of town.
So you doing individual boards then for your back?
Yeah, there's 5 there cut, and these are cut fish rather like they just need to be sanded and burned and stained. Okay. So they'll get the strips, and the strips are just above, you know,
Right.
like they should be.
Nice.
So there'll be 5 boards, and I'll hinge it at the front. So when I built the truck, like originally building it for myself especially, there was a couple things I absolutely wanted. I did not want the fuel filler through the bed, because I think that's tacky. I mean, everybody does it, but so I did a lot of extra work, but I have my fuel filler out through the sides, and it looks proper.
Right.
And it's convenient. You know, it's like, oh, you can have stuff in the back and still put gas in.
I did that to mine too.
And
Mine came out in about the exact same spot.
and I wanted to be able to like basically lay frame and still have a full box. Like that, that's why I built the whole frame. That's why I went through all the work of building it, so I can still have the bed, and you open the tailgate, and it's like everything is just at the
Right.
correct level.
Yeah, mine's about here.
Yeah. And so then you open your tailgate, and you got this,
Yep.
you know,
Yeah.
and it was just my own taste. I just didn't.
Right.
I wanted to try to be different.
And that's the thing. There's a billion different ways to build these trucks.
Right. And that's what's cool about these. Is like you can do whatever you want. You know, it's like
Right.
there's no rules.
No rules.
No rules at all. There's no rules on anything.
The gas
my
tank was
Corvette.
one I
I
found on
didn't follow
Amazon that had the dimensions I needed. And the gas tank basically lays on the ground when it's laid out, but it's the same height as everything underneath the truck. So,
Right.
and it's got a stainless skid plate on it too.
Oh, my DeLorean could use a nice frame.
Right.
Maybe someday.
I actually had this frame built, and then I cut it apart and modified it.
Did you really?
So there was 2 little things that changed. When I originally built it, the height of this didn't quite line up with the height of the truck. Like where the wood sits, now that's, well, it's sitting on that piece, but this is absolutely where the wood sits all the way through, and
Oh,
it's
wow.
perfect. But when I first built it, this was a 2x4 the whole way, and I couldn't get it to lay down with the 2x4. So then I ripped it down to 2x2, and I ripped the 2x2s into here and got them set at the perfect level, and then I did the underslung, so the frame's still strong.
Right. That's cool.
And this back bumper was my buddy's front bumper. He was throwing it away, literally.
Really.
Because his truck is painted shiny.
Oh.
It wasn't good enough. But it was like, it's really weird, dumb, but here's the service manual that I printed out for doing the hood. But yeah, Jim actually regretted throwing away the bumper after he seen me. I fixed it up. Because his aftermarket bumper doesn't look as nice. But I had to re-arc the bumper to make it work for the rear. Because the
Right,
front's too
because they're
rounded.
rounded, right.
Molly,
Right in the boot. That'll be forgotten until next winter. What the hell's in my boot?
And then I made the cutout for the hitch.
Cool.
So I can put a regular receiver in it yet.
You still got that center section of bumper? That where you cut it out?
No.
Because you could have welded
I
it to
know.
a receiver.
I know. I thought about it after the fact, after it was gone. I was going to originally mount the license plate on a receiver and just have that there, but the tailgate would hit it.
No, that's cool.
And it went back with
I
traditional.
like the patina on the Chevrolet and
Yeah.
But like the you know the original tailgate hinges and stuff were all good enough to use. You know.
Right.
Jim threw the other there's another tailgate leaning against the fence out there. He threw that away.
Really?
Yeah. Like I said, because his truck is shiny, sort of. He did his own paint job. And,
his box sides
He's not
were
an
a
expert.
tube with a piece of flat.
yeah, he built his box sides. He actually took a piece of tubing and ground a groove into it so that the metal laid into it. Then he welded it and ground it down. You couldn't tell. But then he bought a new tailgate, and he's got a hidden latches right here.
I see.
My tailgate was like cut into and hacked into.
It was
something
like
for
a spreader.
Yeah, like you could open the slot to dump and
Right.
like grain or something to pour out of it.
I thought it was cool.
It was cool, but it was rusty as hell.
I would have used it just because I thought it was.
Well,
so
yours
cool.
was a big truck too, wasn't it?
Yeah, 3800. Yeah, I did a roll pan on the rear for mine.
Okay. These are even the front bumper brackets.
I can tell that. Yeah,
And I just kind of massaged them
snuck
and
them in there.
stuffed them into my frame and bolted them in.
I like that.
It looks nice.
Yeah.
The cutout is a little crude looking, but you know, you're at a show. I'll put a hitch in it.
Right.
And this is why he threw it away because the chrome wasn't perfect.
Nothing wrong.
And like this bolt is welded,
Mm-hmm.
and there's some spots where it's discolored from me heating it. But I'm like, shit, this goes with the rest of the truck.
Yes, it does.
It does.
That's character. I do like the deeper box a lot. That is nice
Yeah.
because that's not very common on these builds at all.
Right.
You know.
And then this thing will lay frame.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Especially when you have a car show, like when it's at the fairgrounds, you pull up in grass and the bumper's into the grass.
Yeah.
Yep.